You're listening to the Bathtub Refinishing Podcast. Powered by BathTubGuys Refinishing. We discuss the refinishing industry, interview owners and operators, and give tips to business owners and entrepreneurs. Now, here's your host, Daniel Montalvo.
Hello, guys.
Yo.
We're back. And we broke out the cigars.
Yes, sir.
Which means we're about to go deep.
Delicioso.
Yeah.
Delicioso.
Donated by the cigar room in Zephyr Hills.
Shout out to the cigar room. We're smoking some Oliva.
I appreciate
CBDs.
this, bro. Thank
Absolutely,
you.
brother.
Thank
No
you, man.
problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, it's a good time. And you took time out of your life, your busy schedule to
I only flew halfway across the continent.
to come over here. And,
Hey,
All the way
you were
across the
like,
continent.
let's do a Zoom. I'm like, no, homie. We got to do this shit right, bro. I'm gonna fly in and we gonna chill.
Well, this is changing the game.
I'm a fan, bro. I'm a fan too, man. I really am, bro. When I tell you, when they were telling me about starting a podcast, bro, and bro, it just happened. I got on YouTube and, oh shit. There's somebody doing a podcast on tub refinishing, bro.
Yeah.
And automatically, I started hitting you up, bro. Like, oh, I got to get to know this guy.
and it's funny because when I started it, like, not my brother got it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But everyone else in my family was like, that doesn't even make sense. And like all this equipment costs thousands of dollars, and it's like a startup.
Yeah.
But literally just the first guest I had in person was Jonathan.
Right on.
And him coming into my life was why we were able to make all that money in Puerto Rico.
Fucking awesome.
So it's like, as ridiculous as certain things sound, like they end up benefiting you inadvertently, man.
So how did you guys meet again? Tell me real quick.
So
Remind me.
I was refinishing a bathtub,
Okay.
and I Googled the same thing you did while I was working, and I found his podcast. And I had ambitions to start to grow the business. I was by myself at the time, and I was like, well, I need to meet people. Like,
Yeah.
I can't build this shit by myself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was like, I messaged him on Instagram or something. I was like, hey, trying to have me on the podcast? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, all right, bet. I'll be there in like an hour.
What happened?
No
That's it.
shit. Like
And
that.
I had kind of peeped his page. He was bragging about the Puerto Rico project.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, I'm gonna try to get in on that shit. And so when I got here, I was like, hey, you need help in Puerto Rico?
You got some
And
more
he
of those
did. And he
bathtubs.
did. I didn't expect him to because I knew he was much bigger than my
Yeah.
team. And I was like, man, he's got no fucking time to be taking.
yeah,
Little did
bro.
he know that I had nobody to fucking do it. I had done the demo.
Yeah.
Like we flew over there because I told them you can come over here and take a look at hotels we've already done.
Yeah.
Unless you want to pay me to go to Puerto Rico to do a demo, which
Yeah.
they did. They were like, okay, how much? And I was like, $4,000. They're like, huh? And I'm like, that's how much my time's worth. I got to pay a technician 2 days. That's 2 days he's not producing.
Yes.
And I also got to pay flight and all this stuff, material and all this stuff. I had to send the material for the demo by boat too. All this shit. I mean, it costs money
That's
to
an
do these
expensive
things.
ass demo.
Yeah, and they're like, okay. And then we pulled up and we did the demo. But at that point, we had already done the demo and everything was signed off. And I'm like, I have no idea how I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
But are you going to turn away $93,000? Nah.
Hell no.
So I was like, if I got to jump in that bitch myself. But luckily, Jonathan was like,
Hey, next time call me, bro.
Hey.
I just want to come to just chill with you guys, dog.
That might be how it works out because
there-
we get some big ones, and he's getting so busy, and now my guys are getting busy.
Yeah.
So I have to decide. We're thinking about New Orleans. If I'm going to stop all my residential this time, I'm thinking about not.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about sending only a couple texts
Yeah,
and keeping
bro.
my game going. And that's why this is so good.
Yeah,
'Cause
dude.
shit,
networking.
you never know.
Networking to the max, homie.
You got to do it. I mean, I got a call from was a hotel in an airport in California, in LAX.
Okay.
The Hilton there needs tubs done.
No shit.
Yeah, I give you the information if you want to bid on it. I don't think they liked me.
Bro, but in LA, bro, they're doing things for dirt cheap. Well, I mean, not everybody, but woof.
Yeah, there is
Man.
people there.
But
doing
the
some
one
shit.
thing is that they reach out to this guy for some reason. Like you're calling from LA to
You're doing
Orlando.
something- you're doing something right.
They want you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like they're just going with the lowest bidder. They wouldn't be reaching out to you.
That's I know because when I bid on the thing in New Orleans, I know that they're getting 3 bids, and I'm like I told the lady on the phone, I'm like, well, I imagine you called us for a reason.
Yeah.
You know I'm gonna have to charge you gas and all this stuff. She's
Yeah.
like, oh no, we know, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, okay. But my thinking is they tried people in New Orleans probably a couple of times,
Yeah.
and they're getting a shit product that's peeling, so they're just like,
They're done
we're
with
gonna
that.
yeah, we're done with it. We're
Yeah.
gonna try something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're trying to band together to do the biggest projects.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
bro.
Because
it's way easier to just work together than to try to build our own teams
Man,
It's gonna take.
yes.
We need 40 guys.
Yes.
Some shit like a.
That's what I'm talking about. See, we got to think big, bro.
That's it.
We got to
That's
think
it.
big.
There's enough
homie.
for
How I
everybody
am.
to
There's
eat.
enough for everybody to eat. Exactly. I'm very generous, man. You know, if I can help folks out, I'm gonna try to help folks out, bro.
Hell yeah.
Point them in the right direction.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I try to do. Like, he asked me for things, and he told me in the very beginning, like, you're one of the only people that answers questions. Like, there's a lot of refinishers, especially for some reason, that have this thing where, like, they don't want to help other people.
Oh.
And it's just like, it's like, fine, but like, everything you know dies with you if you don't share it, bro.
Yes.
It's stupid.
And if you notice the trend, Daniel, everyone you've brought on that owns a substantial size company is always open to sharing the secrets.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
only the guys by themselves.
It's
that
the
don't
little
wanna
fucking
say
dudes,
shit.
bro.
I'm like, dude, all the successful people are talking.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. That's what it's about, man. It's sharing knowledge, bro. Wisdom, experiences, man. Don't go through that door. Trust me. Stay away from that. I've been through that door. You know what I mean? I got my ass kicked over there. Go through this one.
Yep.
Trust me when I
Yep.
tell you, go through this one. You know?
It makes it easy, man.
Yeah.
It makes it, because it would have took me so much more time to figure all this shit out by myself.
Yeah.
Like
So-
he sat and ran me through my first Google campaign.
Oh.
And now I manage all of my own Google campaigns.
Fucking man.
We do all of our.
Man, give me
we don't use third-party advertisers at all.
Give me some, man. That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, like, I
That's the reason why I wanted to be on this show, because that's the vibe I got from you, bro.
I try to help everyone.
Seriously, bro. That's the vibe I got. And that's why I was like, no, fuck that. I want to do them a solid, and I want to go out there in person and
Hell
be
yeah.
there.
Literally,
we've been excited about this. We've been planning this.
I have a major competitor in the area named
Yeah.
Bathart.
Okay.
And his website was redirecting to spam for like a week.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed it, and I saw he didn't fix it. And I called him, and I'm like, bro, you know your website's redirecting to spam? He's like, why are you on my website? I'm like, bro, I'm scoping out the competition, bro.
Of course.
But
Yeah, what are you?
I'm like, bro, I'm doing you a favor.
But yeah, and you not only did you tell him what's going on, what? Is it better now?
He fixed it. He
Oh.
said thank you and shit. We texted. I don't know if so. He texted me that.
Yeah.
I don't know if he thought like, oh, this guy's just like trying to do some shit.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think when he checked it, he was like, oh fuck, it really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do stuff like that. Like with him, I helped him with the Google ads. Like when he was bidding on the first commercial project by himself.
Yeah.
Like I walked him through. Like, hey, you got to make sure you don't price yourself out of making money.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
everybody wants the lowest shit, but the you don't want to get in a nightmare situation when you're in your first project. It's a big project, and then at the end of it, you have $2,500 left for you.
Yes.
After busting your ass for 6 months.
Yes, sir.
So things like
and
that.
now it works because now my company's getting called for bids, and I was like, dude, if we get the same call, we'll work together. I was like,
Awesome,
we'll
bro.
take 2 bids off the table together.
Yeah.
Only
Awesome,
compete
bro.
with one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, man.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah.
That hats off to you, man.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, bro.
I always try, man. Even with my subs, I have subs obviously who don't. Like I told you before in the last one, I have subs who are like, oh, I don't want to work for someone else. And they're like, oh, he's not busy. And I'm like, bro, come into the shop. Let me help you run a real business. Like, because I don't, like, I hate seeing wasted potential.
Yeah.
So, like, when someone has the ability, and like one of my subs named Bruno, he's a killer, man. He does the job perfect, meticulous as hell, knows everything.
Yeah.
Like, he's very organized. Like, he knows how to do this shit.
Yeah.
But advertising wise, website wise, like, doesn't do it, bro.
Lost in the sauce.
And the
man.
thing is, bro, I've told him multiple times, and he's like, oh, yeah, but I don't have money for that. But then again, he's over here telling me that he spent $1,000 in a week on Angie, bro. It's like, you're not going to get Angie leads,
No,
bro. Like,
no.
Bro, that's a revolving fucking problem. He's like, you can't get if you pull out, then you lose a week worth of leads. And then you got to reinvest into.
I told something to Carlos the other day because he's one of my other subs, and he was talking about Angie leads. He was like, "Oh yeah, no, I've been spending all this money. It spent like $1,000 in 2 days." I'm like, "Bro, Angie wants you to keep using Angie. They're never going to give you enough work to stop using them, bro."
And what's the criteria on who gets what leads? Because I have my demographics on Thumbtack in particular set to different cities.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I pull up shit ton of work from certain cities, but not other. But I know there's work out there.
Bro.
Who's making these algorithms and who's deciding who gets the leads? We're all paying.
Big dog. Honestly, man, we create our leads.
That's how you got to do
organic.
it.
You got to do
You
it.
know, I'm old school, bro. I forgot what book I was reading. I think it was a Donald Trump book back in the day. And he said, anybody that came within 5 feet of me, I would give them a card. I don't care who it was, if it was a maintenance guy or just a person walking on the street or a mom with 3 kids, right? He's all, because you never know where that card is going to land. You never know who's going to pick it up or see it, right? And once I read that, that was like a fucking just boom. Bro, give me 1,000 cards every day. My goal every day is to hand out at least 50 to 80 cards a day, right? Wherever I go. Wherever I go, bro. I go to Target. Hey, man, here goes a card. You know, do you know about refinishing or tub? Well, no, what is it? A lot of people don't know about it.
Those are the best customers.
Yes.
They're coming at it from a place of not knowing.
They don't have a clue.
They don't know. They don't know how bad it can get.
How many times have I told you, if you're the one to educate them, that you already got them? Like,
cool story, bro. I forgot what we were in some class and I forgot the name of the thing, DNP or whatever. But this lady, it was like a network of business owners. Mm-hmm. This lady was getting ready to sell her home, right? And she wanted to sell it at its full potential, and she was going to rip out the tub and put a new tub, or countertops. She was going to put granite. She was going to spend like $15,000. And I was like, whoa. Time out. You're selling your home? Why are you going to invest $15,000 to sell your home? Mm-hmm. I was like, check this out. I pull out my phone. I'm like, look at these counters. They look beautiful. They look good. Oh, my God. They look gorgeous. I was like, I can do that for more than half the price of what you're going to pay. You're selling the home. Mm-hmm. I told her 9 times out of 10, most people buy a home, they rip shit out because they don't like it. They don't want it.
It's not their color.
It's not their color, right? And she's like, her eyes went like this. Next day, bro, she calls. We go out there. We glaze her countertops, her bathroom vanity tops for more. We saved her like almost $10,000, dude.
Yeah, I like to use in that exact situation. I like to tell them, what are you looking for? Do you want it to be your home, or do you want return on investment? Think about how much you're going to get out of this for how much it's going to cost you to get it. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, you can replace it. I had a client who actually turned me down. Yeah. And she decided to do the whole replacement thing. And I'm like, all right, you just fucked yourself out of like 20 grand because you're going to get the same return.
Yes.
You're going to get the same return on your investment.
I had a client the other day say that the bathrooms, she remodeled them except for the tubs. So we get that sometimes, right? The tubs were almond, but she had like this really nice gray like tile around it, and the almond does not match at all.
Of course.
And I was like, yeah, well, you know, like she asked me like, oh, do you think this one needs to be refinished? I'm like, honestly, the other one looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But this one, I would refinish it because the color is just awful. She's like, but I don't think it's worth it to pay. It was a garden tub. Yeah. Like, I don't think it's worth it to pay $650 for to refinish a garden tub when I could just put that money into crown molding. And I'm like, a crown molding doesn't sell a fucking house. The bathrooms and the kitchen sell the house, my guy. You go in there and you see an almond tub. 100%. And most people don't know refinishing exists. Mm-hmm. So what are they thinking? I'm going to have to rip out this beautiful fucking tile and put in a new tub. That's what they're thinking.
9 times out of 10, bro.
Nobody gives a fuck about the crown molding.
No.
She's like, oh, well, a crown molding actually increases according to, and I'm just like, all right, whatever. Too far gone. Yeah.
Paint the crown molding.
I've never gone into a house and been like, wow, this crown molding is wonderful. Everybody goes in this like, this kitchen is crazy. This bathroom is amazing.
Yeah, bro.
Like, that's what everybody else, like you said, they'll tweak everything else themselves.
Yes.
But those are the money ones. Those are the ones that cost.
Yes.
That's another niche that we do is cabinet refinishing.
Oh, okay.
That's another thing that my team does. So we're like a 50-50 structure.
Okay.
Half glazing, half cabinet refinishing.
Right.
And the way we did our operation was, because I don't get an influx of just bathtubs to keep 3 teams busy.
Yeah.
I usually book 1 kitchen a week. That gives 1 employee 5 days worth of labor.
Yeah.
Just that guy.
Right on.
And so I'll book a kitchen, and then I'll subsidize the other 2 with tub and tiles throughout the week. But I'd like to do what we call a whole kitchen refinish.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, you don't remodel this shit. We'll paint the cabinets, the counters, the fucking top, the backsplash, everything.
Put new knobs on there for you.
And we'll be done in 7 days.
Cabinets are money, like, bro. They're money, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's just crazy. Like, I want to get into it more, but there's a lot of things that go into it.
Yeah.
And I have my guy so tied up on tubs where it's like, that's one of the things. One of the reasons I want to grow. It's not just to like, I could keep them busy with tubs all the time, but I want to start trying those other things.
Yeah.
Because
that's where Ace Renovations comes in, baby.
Hey.
I got in that game now, started too. I found a sub.
Yeah, bro.
I started doing.
I want to start doing.
We've done 2 full
renos.
Like our company's done 2. I didn't tell you. We've done two full house renos.
Nice,
under
bro.
Perfect Surface.
Nice.
I have a cousin who does
bro.
construction.
Respect.
But that's Gilbert, bro. He pushes me.
I remember
he
you told
pushes me past all my fears. I'm like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's like a $40,000 project.
Man, you know, bro, a lot of people are what ifs. They're what ifs people. What if it don't go right? What if this happens? What if I fail? What if? And I'm like, bro, no, what if it goes right?
Yeah.
What if we hit the home run? What if we hit it out the park, right? Everybody, most people around me are like, no, but what if it don't work? No, man, no. You got to think positive, bro.
Yeah.
You got to think positive. Like right now, I think we have over 100 renovations under our belt already, bro.
Really?
Apartments.
Nice.
Yeah, bro.
You guys doing full-blown renovations.
Full-blown renovations, bro. Counters, cabinets, painting, moving kitchens from one side to the other, moving toilets from one side to the other, new bathtubs, everything, bro.
So once you do...
And Ace Renovations, I'm up to 24 technicians there, bro. We have 24 guys working for us, bro. And they're two separate companies, bro.
That's awesome, bro.
That is awesome, man.
Thank you, brother.
Once you get like one room renovated, more or less, is that when you like give them like the price of what it's going to be everywhere, or do you kind of just piece it up, material, time?
Yeah. We piece it all out, bro.
Okay.
Make it simple for them, bro.
Yeah, how I've been kind of figuring it out is how me and Gilbert structured it was we need to close first, get generalized pricing, close first, because I spent too much time with my sub going back and forth negotiating.
Okay.
So what we kind of figured out is get a generalized price, find more subs in case he doesn't want to do the work.
Bro, find the subs, the guys that are growing, the guys that are small, right? Set them on a pay structure per renovation. That's the best way to do it, bro. That way they grow with you. You know what I mean? You take them along with the ride, and you guarantee them, a couple renovations here and there.
With your renovation company, how do you stay under a certain project threshold max so you don't go into the general contracting realm?
No, bro. We
you just
go.
fuck it up.
Man, I dove. Me and my partners, we dove in, bro.
Yeah.
We said, "Fuck it.
Fuck it.
We're gonna jump, and we're gonna see how far we jump, and we gonna make this shit happen, baby."
Oh, yeah.
And fucking 3 years later, bro, we got 24 technicians under our belt, and yeah, we have a general contractor's license.
Okay, so yeah, you went that route and got all
Oh
those.
yeah,
okay, cool.
bro. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah,
You got it yourself?
my partners. Yeah.
Because you
So-
got to be signed off. You need to have a certain amount of hours and shit. And
Yo, my
experience.
partners, man,
Exactly.
they've been
So
in the
you found
industry for
someone,
years, bro.
That's
Yeah.
where I was like, I need to find someone to either partner with or sign off on.
Again, bro, just like Aliiance with Ace, just like Voltron, bro.
Bringing the right people together.
You got your specialty. You got your specialty. I got my specialty. We bring that bitch together, and boom!
That's how
Magic
that's how we got to
happens.
go about it then. Find someone who has the expertise. Like same thing like with the subs, bro. Like you find people who their strengths are doing the thing and finding the people, and our strengths are getting them the work.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think one of our like how I pitch it to my guys, I'm like the pretty face that the customer gets to look at. You go handle all that shit. I'm gonna make them feel good about it.
Right on, brother. Right on.
that's pretty awesome, man. So Ace has outgrown Aliiance in terms of people.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, way. I mean, way
There's a
bigger.
demand.
But I mean, yeah, bro. It's a bigger. Aliiance Bath is strictly reglazing, bro. Right? Tubs and countertops. Right? But Ace, you can do anything and everything, bro. Roofs. Drywall repairs, cabinets, cement.
We were talking about it because of the industry niche of the glazing. People don't even know to search it as much as they know to search renovation.
And you get overlap leads, right? You get leads that they think they want to refinish, and then you're like, "Well, it sounds like you want to remodel."
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Like a lot of times, there's people who call and like, "Oh, we don't want to reglaze this tub. We want to replace it. Do you guys do?" Well, we don't do the replacement, but we know a guy.
Yeah.
We know a guy who can do that.
That's
for
exactly how I handle it.
How much you charge for a tub replacement?
Right now, anywhere between $4,000 and $6,000. All depends. Bro.
That's what I hear out there, man. Pretty good price.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
And they're pretty quick. If it's standard,
You can do it
in
it's
like
all
2
done
days.
in 2 days, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
2 days. And sometimes it gets a little intensive with the plumbing if you have to relocate the plumbing or if they want to get a little bit custom, you know what I mean? But for the most part, like apartments, it's, man, just rip the bitch out and put the new one in there, baby.
Nice.
So one thing I did want to touch on, you touched about it in the last one about you go out there, you get these freaking sales, you get the leads, and you try to put it into your own hands per se. So what are for residential and commercial, what are the ways you get those kind of like?
Well, man, let's say just apartments, bro. I've been in the industry for 20 plus years myself, and with her experience combined, my partner's experience. So I was the sales guy for the old company. I was the face for the old company. I was the one out there dealing with all the problems, dealing with the new customers, right? And, apartments, it's a really small community, man. Like, one maintenance guy knows this guy here. He knows 3 of them that work at different other properties.
Yeah.
So that's why we specialize in apartments.
Did you ever get in on the vendor verification list at some of them?
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to. Compliance Depot.
Exactly. People don't know about that. Those are compliance agencies that commercial properties use to vet vendors. But in order to get on these lists, you need to carry certain amounts of insurance.
And we do.
Yep.
We do.
And that's a challenge that most people starting off like me are going to have is affording insurance. But if you can invest on your insurance policies early, then you can land. One big job will pay the premiums for the whole year.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot, 100%, bro. We work with multiple different companies. We have, what's the other ones? Net Vendor.
Same thing. Compliance Depot. There's one more.
What is it? Nexus. There's a bunch of them out there, bro.
People don't know these things. I had to go cold canvassing to find out. I was going to people. They're like, "Are you on this?" I'm like, "No." They're like, "Get the fuck out of here." I'm like, "I'll be back on the list."
So you go.
I'm old school when I come to sales, bro. I'm old school. That's one thing that I know works 100%. That's door to door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Door to door, bro. That's the one thing that's been the driving behind everything that we do, bro. Our sales reps, they're required to hit at least 20 spots a week, right? While you're doing the quality control, you got to stop and drop off a packet to apartment complexes.
Then you get the most out of them then.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
You have to have someone leading that team because my father's a sales guy, and he was telling, because I talked to him like, "Pops, how are we going to do this?" I'm like, "How are we going to structure sales reps and monetize them?" And he's like, "I got it." Once we get to that point, he has
Papi had it.
The whole structure.
Papi had it.
Yeah. Like, you're gonna work them boys. I'll work them in the field. You work those boys over there.
If that lighter's giving you problems, this one works. It's always the little cheap lighters that you gotta. There you go. Those are the ones that never fail.
Yeah, those are the good ones.
They're the indestructible ones. That's pretty awesome, man. So door to door, and then you do door to door with apartments too.
Yeah. Apartments too, hotels, motels, realtor agents, anybody that's connected to a bathtub. So like I try to tell my team, like, look, man, don't tell me there was no place to stop at. Because we visit plumbers. We go to their offices. We go to contractors, general contractors, builders, everybody in the industry has a tub somewhere that can be reglazed, right? You know what I mean? So that's my philosophy, door to door, bro, knocking, dropping off flyers. It's the old school way, but it works.
How many techs did you have when you took on your first sales rep? Trying to see your scalability when you first took on that expense to increase revenue.
We had at least about 4 technicians when we brought in a QC sales rep.
That's kind of right around where we're at now, contemplating.
So what you waiting for, baby? Let's go.
Shit, I know.
That's your next step.
How do you qualify one?
That's what I was going to say. Well,
okay, originally he was hired to just do quality control, right? And to be honest with you, I am the sales guy.
Okay.
You're the lead sales guy.
I am the sales guy for the company, right?
Are you the closer?
I'm the closer. I'm the home run hitter. I'm the ace, right? I'm coming in 9th inning to close this shit out, bro. Right? That's me. But I know that these guys won't be like me. They won't do what I do, right? But my goal is to teach them and to try to push them to get them out of their comfort zone, right? Some of these guys they have no idea what sales is, right? And just tell them, man, simple. Just walk into the office, introduce yourself, who you work for, and give them information, right? But do that every day, 5, 10, 20 times a day.
You hit the same places?
Yeah, bro.
Until they fucking...
Yeah, bro, I'm ruthless, bro. Like, if you tell me no, I'm going to come back tomorrow. You're gonna tell me no again? I'm gonna keep coming until you say, okay, man, I'm gonna give you a job just to get you out of my face.
The first hotel.
Right? But when I get that opportunity, I tell my team, that's a VIP customer. When any new customer is a VIP, which means we have to hit a home run. We have to give them a different experience than what they were used to. If they call on a Wednesday and they need a job done Thursday, we get there at 8 o'clock Thursday morning, right? Friday, we got quality control, right? Friday afternoon, I even make a phone call. Hey, man, I noticed you finally gave us an opportunity. We did the job. I see my sales rep was already there. Is there any questions, any concerns, or anything that I can answer for you right now? Oh, man, no, you guys are awesome, et cetera, et cetera. Then I'll show up again on Monday just to shake his hand and say, thank you for the opportunity, man. I appreciate you giving me that. I hope that we showed you the difference between us and them.
That's how you got to do it, man.
It's the same recipe. Everyone successful is following the same fucking recipe.
But a lot of people don't do it because it's hard for them. What's so hard about that to me?
No endurance.
People are scared of rejection.
Rejection, or being told, no, and forget about it. Or I had a bad experience with them. I'm going to have it with you. And I'm okay, bro. I'm okay with failing, right? I'm not going to sit here and tell you I knock out everyone out the park. I don't. But in my mind, that's what keeps me going is I have to. Mm-hmm. I have to be number one, right? When I was working for the other company, there was a rival company in San Diego. There was a sales rep. It was a lady. Her name was Jocelyn. Bro, she's honestly what made me who I am as far as sales. She went pound for pound with me. She went toe to toe. There was times she would follow me, bro. And as soon as I would leave the office, here she comes. Wow. Oh, I hope you did good because I'm going there right now. I would get so mad, bro. I would take it personal, right? I'd be like, man, this bitch, bro. Right? But the balls she had, right? Yep. And then what I started doing is I would follow her to her next sales spot, right? I'd wait for her to come out, and I would do the same thing to her. Hey, I hope you did good, girl. And she's all, keep it coming. It became a competition, but respect. Yeah. And she started growing more respect. I was much younger. She had to be in her late 40s. But she had her sales pitch down, packed, bro. I mean, she was brutal with it, bro. We'd go to the same, seminars where they'd invite 5 regional managers of property, apartments, right? And these people manage 20 apartments, right? And they would get up there and they would talk, and there'd be a bunch of vendors there, right? Sometimes 2 or 3 of the same industry. And she was always there. She would always get up to talk real loud. And let me tell you the reason why you should use me, right? And I would get intimidated, damn, this lady is ruthless, bro. Killing. But after that, though, I started saying, you know what? I'm gonna be that. I'm gonna be even better than that. Mm-hmm. And that's what told me, bro. I gotta keep going to property to property to property to property. There'd be times I hit 30, 35 properties a day, bro. Working on my sales craft, working on talking to people, building connections, knowing what manager knows what other manager another property, right? If I do good here, hopefully she's gonna put in a good word for me with her sister property, because eventually my competition is not going to have the same endurance as we do, right? Because our endurance every day is to win, bro, right? Like I told you guys earlier, to win. A lot of my competition don't think like that, you know? And if they mess up, they don't return right away to fix the problem. They make them wait.
You know what I've noticed, too, about a lot of people? It's what goes back to what you said earlier when we were talking in the first part of this. They get complacent. So they'll land one big one, and they have no dreams or goals or aspirations to grow.
Yes.
So they'll be like, oh, I'll hang out at this apartment complex forever.
Yes.
And I'm never going to do it again.
Not me, brother.
And then one day the work is done, and they're like, what the fuck?
What do I do now?
Yeah.
No, bro. So that's what I do. I go around planting seeds everywhere, bro. I plant seeds, and then I come back and I water them, right? Then I come back again and I water them. And then all of a sudden, guess what starts to happen, bro? That phone starts to ring, bro. Right? And she can tell you, man. My team would tell you, bro. We get new people calling in almost every day. Hey, Danny was here, we love the information. We want to give you guys an opportunity. And as soon as they hear it's a new customer, we put a VIP tag on there and we go to work.
This is what no one else is talking about. every group, forum, thread, whatever the fuck I've joined, it's all about ratios and paint and fucking primers.
Nerds.
No one is talking how do you sell the work.
Yeah, bro.
This podcast alone is going to be so valuable.
Big dog. Think about it, bro. Why do most businesses fail or go underneath?
Sales money.
Sales.
They don't have sales, bro.
No
They
cash
don't,
flow.
The fucking phone is not ringing.
How many guys have you met that have the fucking Graco Elite HVLP and no work?
And no work.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Oh, you're using the Avanti from Harbor Freight? It's like, bro, I got contracts for days, bro.
Yes.
I
bro.
bought that 2 days ago, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's the truth though. You get so caught up in all these. I think they validate their experience more than it's actually worth, and that's like almost over assuming that you're worth more than you are, because if you can't close, if you can't consistently bring in the work, like you said, that fucking machine's useless. Your experience is useless, and this is the part that I've seen everyone get uncomfortable. I've met a lot of guys who know a lot of shit on the technical side, but I've met maybe a handful of guys who understand the business portion of this industry.
So like I tell my team, man, my job is to go out there and kill the meat, get that meat, bring it to the table. Oh shit. Did it come out? I'm sorry.
Yeah, your head. It's just a headset. You can plug it back in. We can still
And
hear
then
you.
hold on.
You should be good now, I think.
Did I break your shit, bro?
No. They're just weird like that. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, so I get the meat, I bring it to the table, and what they do, man, they chop it up, they divvy it all out, they make sure that the lights are paid, they make sure that I can do what I'm great at, right? I double down on what I'm great at, and that's sales, communicating, bro. Because I know without sales, we don't have the work.
You don't have a business.
We don't have 30 jobs scheduled for the day, right? My job is to make sure there's 30 jobs scheduled every day, right? And if there's not, the one who's spinning his wheels and going crazy is me, because that's 100% my responsibility. That's what I bring to the table.
I got you. I mean, that, like you said, man, that's one of the things that I find very interesting is all these guys that preach things about the industry. There's a lot of them, and they stop the conversation at money, at work, at building the business, because none of them have done it.
Yes.
And they're afraid to admit it. They might know that if you put 50-50 MEK and xylene and put a little toluene in it, that it's going to be extra shiny.
Yeah, see, when it comes to that type of shit, I say, hey, here goes my brother-in-law's number, Richard. He can answer those questions for me.
And I think, all that shit is valuable.
It is.
But what we've always talked about is there's a lack of this.
Yeah.
There's tons of people on YouTube right now explaining how to refinish a bathtub, but there's no one mentoring the next up-and-coming industry leaders. And this can go from one podcast today to we've talked about starting a credentialing service.
Oh, right.
Where you can come to some school somewhere and have some sort of backing as a new guy.
Yeah.
It could potentially land into projects where we're working all together,
bro.
and business ideas and shooting off all this information that's not easily accessible to people.
Yeah.
And so what we're doing right now is actually innovative as hell.
Yes, sir.
Getting all three of us at the table
Yes,
to talk
sir.
about things that people
Man.
pay money for this type of information.
And they getting it for free.
for free.
For free, man. That's one of the reasons I started this, because it's like I did the same thing as you guys. I went on there. I'm like, who's doing anything having, like, you see podcasts with plumbers.
Yeah.
You see podcasts with roofers.
Yeah.
And they also have plumbers associations.
Yes.
With industry standards.
Yes, sir.
They have roofing standards.
Why not us?
Where the fuck is the refinishing standards?
Exactly,
And
bro.
how long has this been around? Like 50 years now?
Yeah, but nobody cares enough because a lot of people have just treated it like it's a side hustle.
Yes, sir.
But me and Daniel, we look at it in a positive outlook. When I first met you, we were like, this is our chance to to get involved with an untapped market.
Yeah.
No one's taken the initial lead on regulating or showing any sort of standard in the industry.
Yeah.
Top Coat, probably the most well known in their school.
Yeah.
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 But they're just a manufacturer.
Well, who's the other one, man? Isn't it? Doesn't Hawk have a school or something
They
like
do.
that?
They have schools, but it's almost like, I don't know. There's just no big player
They're
that's
also
really claiming the game.
So they're ahead when it comes to training and stuff. They have in-depth programs that are good. And if you ask me, are they worth the money? Probably.
Yeah.
But there's no, like, there's a lack of education out there in general about the industry, and then even the big players are just like behind closed doors a lot of the time. You know, you don't see who the hell's the CEO of Miracle Method? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, it's probably some random guy. You know,
Yeah.
like
Is Miracle Method out here too?
Yeah, they're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
except for Puerto Rico.
Let's go.
We'll be Miracle Method Tropics.
Hey man.
Let's go.
But yeah, Miracle Method's everywhere, and they're like a national chain.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like, but they franchise.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the difference. But like, you don't see Miracle Method like showing the face of their owner. Like,
No.
like those are the things that need to change, right? Because like other contracting companies are like proud of what they do, where it's like refinishers. Like, when there's refinishers, they'll say like I remodel bathrooms instead of saying I'm a bathtub refinisher. It's like, bro, this is your chance to educate someone on what the fuck you actually do.
Yes. Yes.
Like,
there's not enough of that, bro.
that's what I'm saying. It's almost like they're embarrassed, or it's like a side hustle. It's like, bro, no, like we refinish bathtubs. Oh,
Yeah.
like what the fuck is that? Is that that's a thing? And that's your chance to like.
Yeah.
And it might just be somebody you just met, but somebody might overhear the conversation and be like, refinish bathtub, start Googling. I've done it. I've heard other people. I overhear conversations. I'm like, and I start searching it myself, and I learned something.
Yeah.
But you know, like things like that are missing, bro.
Yeah.
You know, like the actual education about like what the industry is, like how it actually works when you do it right,
Yes,
and
sir.
like, you know, things like that. It's just gonna make it all better. And the people who talk first are gonna be the ones who dominate, man.
Yes. Yes.
They're all, you know.
And that's the goal, bro, is to dominate. You know what I mean? I want to dominate every day, bro. You
Yeah.
know? I try to talk to competitors in our area, man. They don't want no business. They don't want to talk. They're afraid I'm gonna take all their work or something, bro. I'm like, no, man. Let's work with each other, bro. Let's help each other out. For starters, raise your prices.
Yeah, this is a thing that I don't get, right? It's that type of mentality. So, like, there's a million freaking roofers in every town, but there's only one roof on that house. Like, how many tubs are there in a house on average? 2, 3, 4? Like, bro, there's enough work for everybody.
Everybody, bro.
I might refinish the tub today. It might get sold tomorrow, and they're like, this one's pretty, and these other ones suck, and call you.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know. Like,
Yes.
but like,
Yes.
there's so much more potential.
Yes, bro.
And they think small minded.
Yeah.
They think for today and not for the betterment of everything.
So I tell my team, my sales team, I tell them, like, where does the sales end for us? Oh, you know, they'll say, well, just apartments, you know. I was like, no. And I tell them, like, close your eyes. It's something I learned in a sales seminar. It blew my mind was, like, for us, for what we do, you know, I close your eyes and imagine yourself flying straight up, you know, fucking 10 miles. And you look around, bro. Every fucking house has a tub in there, right? How can we get a fraction of that, right? There's sales everywhere, man. There's opportunity everywhere. There's so much opportunity for everybody playing, man. Now, can you imagine if we all work together?
Be unstoppable.
Unstoppable, bro. Unstoppable.
There's always going to be in every industry. I'm sure you could find somebody who does floors who like thinks that they have the secret to install floors, like, and they don't want to talk because they think people are gonna steal their business.
I think honestly, bro, I think it's insecurity, bro.
Yeah,
it's 100% insecurity, man. Like, oh, if I tell him, you know, what if he takes my business? Like, it's those what if people. What if they do this and what if they do that and what, man? You're thinking too negative, brother.
And you're also thinking too small because
Way too small.
if one client is going to be the difference between you surviving, like, then you got other problems.
You
man.
you got bigger problems.
I just did a quick study. I Googled bathtub refinishing to see what comes up when someone Googles this.
Okay.
So we're in Orlando, so obviously, first person that came up was Daniel.
Oh, right on, brother.
Bath Art came up next.
Yeah.
Both sponsored posts, so that tells you that your reach is right on Google. Nice. But what's interesting is the next couple topics that aren't sponsored on Google, which are unpaid advertisements, which is going to rank based off of, you know, your keywording, your SEO. It's all articles on bathtub DIY.
Oh,
That's fucked up because no pros are not coming up unless you're paying. That means there's no one building any content to promote professional refinishing.
Yeah.
There's a shit ton of content, blogs, articles on how you can do this yourself, jack it all up, and then call us.
And written by people who aren't in the industry.
Exactly.
Which is one of the things that bothers me a lot,
Yeah.
is like the ones who are educating people locally, nationally, are people who don't even know what the hell it is.
All right.
Our
You know.
industry's not even coming up on the #1 search engine in the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. That explains a lot of the challenges that we face on
Yeah.
generating leads.
Yeah.
We're not even popping up on the #1 search engine.
You know, that's why you got to go door to door, bro.
That's
it.
that's where the power
That's the
is.
game
That's
changer.
where your power is, man. Door to door, like stuff like that, bro. I tell you, man, we have this thing called like guerrilla sales, where for one day, everybody gets a couple hundred packets or whatever. You hit this city, you hit this city, you hit this city, I hit this city. We're hitting parking lots. We're hitting homes, hotels, motels, apartments. People walking the street, give them a card. I mean, flooding, bro, flooding. Yeah, you know what? Out of 1,000 cards that we hand out that day, maybe we'll get 10, and that's all right, bro, because that's where we're starting.
How much was a card?
Yeah,
How much is a card?
Sense.
Exactly.
You just generated a really cheap lead.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, bro, and that's the ticket, man. People don't want to do that. Like even like when I'm passing out cards, I'm not just talking about selling the bathtubs. Hey, bro, if you know anyone looking for work, you know anyone who needs to do some hands-on type of stuff, have them give us a call. That's another way we picked up technicians, right? I gave it to this lady at the laundromat. Oh, I got a couple cousins that are looking for jobs right now. Send them our way. Send them down for an interview, right? And there's just so many ways, bro. People don't like to do. I don't know if they don't like to, or their insecurities, or they're scared, or it overwhelms them. Anxiety,
Combination of things, probably.
whatever it is, bro.
Well, Danny, you told me something when we first started hanging out was people don't look at their position as a business owner as a full-time job.
Yeah.
They look at the benefits that come quickly, and they want to separate themselves from any more work. And in reality, it's like, no, now you got guys doing the work, so now you got to go step up your job.
Definitely.
They think that they're Jeff Bezos because suddenly they're in six figures. Like they're like, oh, I could just sit back and the business will run itself.
Hey,
and
you
I'm
know,
good.
I look at it like this though. If you're my competition and you're that guy, I love you because you stop right there, right? I'm never gonna stop.
Exactly.
Every day I get up, I'm gonna generate some kind of sale. I'm gonna get work onto the schedule for the following day, 2 days, week, a month, whatever it is. Now those guys are the guys that finish last. Those are the guys that are having to send their guys away or send their guys home at 10 o'clock because there's no more work.
Yeah.
Whenever we send a guy home, it kills me, bro. It kills me, literally, man. Inside, it kills me. I can't sleep
Because
I can't.
That's everything for them. That day's pay is everything.
bro. Yeah, and I gave him my word, man. If you're gonna come work for me, you're gonna bust your tail off. I have to do the same, right? If I'm not working and you're doing all the hard work and I'm not producing more work and I'm sending you home at 2 o'clock every day and you're not making shit, I have a problem with that. And that's my team knows, man. Like I don't like to lose, bro. Right? And we're sending people home early. We're losing. That's a loss for me, and I don't take losses well.
That's a really good mentality. They're like, it is surprising how little people actually do, and then what their expectations are sometimes. Where you hear a lot of the people who complain about not getting certain types of jobs and stuff like that. They never put themselves out there in any position to do it.
And there's no real excuse because he's telling us right now, fuck Google Ads, bro. Go door to door.
Yeah.
That's free.
Yeah.
So if it's cost that's stopping you, you're bullshit.
There's a place for everything. And that I feel like people don't understand. The first hotel sale I ever got by myself, I cold called 86 hotels in a row.
Booyah.
One of them said yes, and it was 370 tubs.
Booyah.
That's what
that's a win.
That's what you got to do. And it was right around the corner.
You take those L's, and then you keep going and going and going, and eventually, bow, you hit one, bro.
Too many people stop there.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the problem. The name of the game is fuck what you did yesterday. What are you doing right motherfucking now?
Yeah.
Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's done with. Nobody gives a fuck about yesterday. Yeah. What decision are you making right now? What are you working hard? Are you doing what you should do to get to your goal, whatever your goal is, right? Most people, they get that win and they want to sit back and chill and enjoy that win for a month, a year, whatever. Not me, bro. Not me. I don't even like going on vacation, bro. I get on her nerves because I'm on my phone, bro. I'm working. You know, one thing about my job is I can work from anywhere. I can work from home. I can work anywhere. And I'm constantly, bro, sending out messages. I'm hitting my maintenance guys up. If we're a little light on the schedule, hey, letting you guys know, bro, you guys need work. Tomorrow we got guys can do it tomorrow. At the end of the day, we get 10, 15 jobs that are called onto the schedule.
That's how you got to do it.
You got to, bro.
You got to be a killer, bro. You got to be ruthless. You got to go after it.
You got to, bro.
There's something about just being able to pull work out of nothing. It's a good feeling, man.
Oh.
And you're like, all right, let me just move some shit real quick.
Yeah.
And then it's like, boom, boom, boom. Everyone's booked.
That hotel up there, those are the ones where, like, if I'm light and I call those people, Leaky Tiki, I'm like, hey, you got something for me? They're like, we got 4 rooms ready to go tomorrow.
Let's go.
And I get it done.
Yes.
And,
yes.
you know, like, we have a really good working relationship with them. Like, my parents got that project. We did all the tubs, but they outsourced the cleaning to a company that doesn't care about the cleaning instruction. They keep messing them up. And the hotel, we literally had a meeting with their cleaning people, trained them, and they keep using Comet and all these other things on them. So it's everlasting work. Like the tubs are just always getting messed up because they clean them improperly. They use steel wool on them.
Oh.
And they so we've done the tubs in that place, which has 798 rooms. We've done the tubs there start to finish probably 4 times in the last 3 years. Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
4 times the same hotel.
Yeah.
But that's
a money pit right there.
yeah, buddy. Hey, whatever works,
It's
bro.
part of their maintenance budget now. They're just like, well, tubs are going to be needed. They do them.
But it's also reasonable for them because we talked about how you can get into the moral ethic of like, so you're just gonna keep redoing it. Well, it's not like you haven't talked to them and told them you're improperly caring for the tub.
Exactly.
They've decided that it's cheaper to refinish the tubs every year than it is to restructure their whole cleaning crew's operation.
Yeah.
And what chemicals they use.
And how much they pay
So
them.
if you think about it, it's win-win still.
Yeah.
Yes.
For both parties, because it's obviously not in their favor to reorganize how they run their cleaning crews.
Yeah.
You know, that back to that dye product, man, I trip out on that. Whatever chemicals they can get at Home Depot and mom and pops are going to do it, or they're going to have their son do it. I tell them, hey, do it, man. If you think you're going to save yourself time and money, I was like, but if that thing fails, just make sure you call me, right? But your price is going to go from here to here because I have to remove all that shit that you put on
And
there.
it's showing us right there, bro. I Googled it right here, right now, and it's an obvious problem.
Yeah.
Like, we're lacking consumer awareness. Straight up. So if the first thing you're Googling and it's coming up all DIY, that's what you're going to assume this is.
Right. Right.
It makes everybody think that they can do it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, that's part of the reason, again, like, I do this and I do a lot of stuff on social media and stuff. It's more educational stuff. And I've had people say, like, I hired you because you actually, like I didn't know this about, like, tub liners, for example, removing them, refinishing. I made a whole video about it.
Yeah, bro, I saw that.
I've gotten a bunch of people who are like, I was debating doing it, and now I want to refinish the tub because, like, I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
And everybody keeps saying the bath fitter is the best thing, and it's like, not really.
Engagement. When you make that content, you're engaging their mind. When you see the same before and after 300,000 fucking times, like, it doesn't engage you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if you follow, like, if anyone who follows my page, I used to do a lot of before and afters. I was following the structure of the people before me. What are others doing? It's a lot of one picture, before to after. But you just slide right past that.
Everybody else is doing the post. And at the end of the day, this is one thing that I noticed very early on, which is why I pack my fucking posts with text, logos. Everybody's doing it one way. Music. Like, at the end of the day, a bathtub is usually white to white, almond to white. Like, they've seen it a million times.
Yeah.
And no one's going to post a bad job, so they all look good.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you're just drowning in a pool of the same shit.
Yes, sir.
If you don't differentiate yourself with your advertising, people aren't going to care.
And I think the way we do it ultimately, bro, is the service, man. We hone down our service, bro. Like, I got to the point where it's like, it's not even just about reglazing tubs. What kind of service can you provide, right? And I call my competitors. I have my teams call competitors, asking for prices, asking for how soon you can get out here. What's the soonest time you can get out here? How long is it going to take you? And I find, like, so many of them are on the same page where they don't really have a service.
Nope.
Right? Now a guy is refinishing a bathtub and he's still answering the phone, right? He's trying to take notes down. He gets home. I lost the notes. I don't even know the person who called me. What's their name? And they say, forget about it. I just won't call them back. 3 days goes by and the lady's calling them like, hey, you said you were going to give me an estimate. I never got an estimate, right? That shit happens.
That's real world problems. That's problems I've just gotten over.
So that's what I tell you.
That was me.
Yeah, bro.
That was me answering a phone with the turbine in the back running, and I'm like, oh, I gotta, if you can't find a solution, which the solution is people.
But people and people are scared to take that jump, bro. Like, for one thing I would tell you guys is, man, figure that shit out now. For you guys to get to your next level, you have to have help, because you can't do it all by yourself, bro. If you want to get to that next level, that next big tier, right? I'm up to 10 technicians now. We got 4 girls in the office. I'm out there doing sales. My partner, Richard, is training the guys, doing quality controls himself. And we have another sales rep and doing quality control. There's no way in hell we can do that by ourselves.
No, hell no.
There's no way, bro, right? You have to take the risk, and you have to find these people. And if you don't find them, create them. Right? If you have a technician who's just really good with talking and doing, you know what? Hey, this one day I'm going to pull you out. I'm going to have you do the quality control and do just a couple sales. And sometimes they'll be like, I don't want to do sales. You don't really have to do sales. Just introduce yourself and drop off the cards, right? Once that lead comes in, I'll close the deal from there. You know what I mean?
And then they end up taking pride in it. Like my guy Angel. I have one of my guys.
They feel like they're a part of something now.
It's
bro.
his. It's his.
Yeah,
he's selling his work.
Yeah,
and it gives them some sort of pride to know that they contributed past the labor. Yeah, because people want to feel valued. You don't want to feel like just a laborer. You want to feel. That's what I was saying about stagnation. If they don't feel like there's an opportunity to go up, they're just gonna be like, "Fuck this. Yeah. This is hard work and this is dead."
Yes, sir.
This is dead end. But if you create those opportunities, admin positions and sales positions, pretty much anything that they can think maybe one day I won't have to break my back because I'm a part of something bigger, this organization bigger than me. It works. That's how I'm pretty much strategically going about my business. Is I say it on the other episodes is that these 3 techs I have right now, these are my leaders. Yeah, and they know that. Like we're going to be bigger than this right now. Right now you're doing this, but it's not always going to be this. Yeah. One day I'm going to be looking for the field field supervisors, foremans. I'm looking for QC and giving them something to chase, because you can't be over here chasing all this big money and having success and then leaving all your guys just wondering if this is it for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, one day they're going to be 45 and doing a tub is going to be...
Man, like I tell my guys, man, I want to get to the point where each one of you guys are running your own office, your own team, right? And it putting that vision out there, but not only putting it out there, this is how we're going to do it, right? These are the things that we have to suck up. Those late nights, those frustrating days, right? Dealing with technicians that come in and just shit the bed and you having to go out there and correct everything they did. I mean, that's part of the process of growing, bro. Yep. A lot of people, when they start feeling that growing, they start to like, I don't need that stress.
It gets a little intense, right?
Yeah. Bro, I went through every fucking emotion possible. Right, we went through every emotion. We went through every, like I said, guys taking us to court for dumb shit, bro. Right, we cross all our T's and dot all our I's, bro. We don't leave not one stone unturned, bro. You know what I mean? And a lot of that comes with the shit that you have to go through, right?
You got to get hardened.
Yeah, you do, bro. Yeah, you do.
Like a callus, certainly. You got to build a callus to the bullshit.
You also, like. You got to let people know, like he said, that there's something more, and like keep directing them towards that, but also implement it. Don't just say it. Like, those incentives, those like, hey, like I'm going to give you a bonus, like doing little things like a holiday gathering. Yeah. Like I started implementing, and this has been like a thing that I saw online and I started implementing it. My 2 guys, like that I really trust a lot, I take them out every month. Yeah. Like early in the month, out to like dinner or lunch, and we talk about what the fuck we're gonna be doing, like potential projects on the way. Start getting them, and like it's made them more understand. Like I'm not just sitting at home playing PlayStation, bro. No. Like I'm out here. Like my job is to keep you guys busy. Yeah. So like I need you to do your job so we can keep growing. This
exactly,
thing.
Bro. Exactly. Yeah. See, when we hired Natalie, a.k.a. Nate Dogg, I love you, girlfriend. She was our first admin hire. She was with us when we were working out of our house.
Yeah.
We had our family and we had my sister-in-law's family living under one roof when we made the jump. But she was with us working in the kitchen table, right? Dogs nipping at her feet. Their baby girls are walking around, just woke up. And in my head, I'm like, damn, man, she's not going to stay. You know, who's going to stay with you working in these kind of conditions? Like, you know what I mean? So we kept pushing, bro, kept pushing, kept telling her, man, eventually we're going to get out of this space. We're going to get a shop with an office. And bam, 6 months later, we're there, right? Not even like a year later, we moved next door to even bigger shop with a bigger office, right? So she's seen the growth, and I keep telling her, and she knows, man. She's like, man, we're kicking ass. We're growing. We're evolving, right? We got new guys coming in. We got guys leaving, but we have consistency. We have growth consistency. She sees the vision, and not only she see it, she witnessed it. Mm-hmm. She was with us through the fire, bro. She's been with us through the stress and the heartaches and the tears, and you know, I want to jump off this fucking ledge because it gets stressful sometimes, bro.
Oh, yeah.
But she sees it, man, and she's all in with us. She's our right leg.
You started that way too, and I'm starting that way. We're still out of my house.
3 years ago, I was running this out of my garage, and I had one employee at the time, Ralph, because I had another technician named Gene who was like the embodiment of wasted potential.
Yeah.
Like, did the job perfect, beautifully, but just had too many personal issues.
Yeah.
You know, like he would play video games until 5 a.m. and not show up.
Oh, no.
And he's one of those.
Yeah.
And but like when you had him and you were like, hey, like do this tub and it needs to come out perfect, he would perform, bro.
Yeah.
But you know, those types of people create other versions of him. You know, they become a cancer to work with.
Yes.
Ralph started with us at the time. I would just picked up the business from my parents, which was in debt. They didn't have a lot of work, and like a bunch of things wrong. Their phone number was wrong on their website. A bunch of shit was wrong.
Yeah.
And I was like, the only thing I can pay you is $75 a day.
Yeah.
That's all I could do. He said, okay. And he was just a prep tech for like a year. And then I was like, well, it's time for you to learn how to spray. My brother was doing all the spraying back then.
Okay.
And he came to my house every single day, including weekends, and was spraying a tub in my shed. Until he would not stop until he got it right.
Awesome, bro.
And he started shooting primers in different colors so he could see his lap marks and shit. He started like he was doing it.
Yes.
And now he is the highest paid and like the most well rewarded. I mean, I took him on vacation with my family last year.
Yeah.
Took him on a fucking cruise. We paid everything. Like,
You just bought him a PS5.
I bought him a PS5.
That's awesome,
And he you know, like he literally saw it. Like I told him, like, this is just, bro. I'm like, if you're with me here, when I'm in the next level, you're coming with me. And he sees it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a difference between telling folks what you're gonna do versus when you tell them and you actually
Do it.
and they actually see it. So now they know that you're not full of shit.
Yeah, and,
Right?
and he used to get embarrassed. We used to have these old F-150s from like the 90s. That's all we could afford. And I was like, as soon as we started talking about upgrading trucks, the first one wrapped, nice fucking like topper and shit. I was like, bro, this is your truck now,
bro.
Man, like he's so appreciative of those things,
bro.
man.
But
So-
he sees the growth, man. He sees the direction you're headed in, bro. He's not just a body there, bro. He's part of it, right? And that's what we try to do with all of our technicians and our office staff. Is we're a family, man. One go down, we all go down. Yep. One go up, we all go up, right?
Yep.
And for the smaller companies, when they're talking about rewarding employees, sometimes you can't afford to buy a PS5 or go on a trip, but you can afford dinner.
Yeah.
You can afford a beer. That's how
A gift card.
So the way I do it, I can't afford to bonus my guys out yet. They know this if they would be receiving bonuses. But I bonus them out when we go on big projects. Always bonus them out when you can afford it. Doesn't have to be every month if you can't afford it. Don't let that discourage you
100%.
from doing anything. Because I just took one of my guys out to a brewery after one of the jobs we finished. And I told him, I was like, look, man, you do great. I'm sorry I can't give you, a couple $1,000 bonus, but I at least can buy you your dinner right now and your beers, and we can chill.
Yeah.
And just me and you, me and him.
That is great, bro.
That's it. You just don't get overwhelmed. There's a level for everybody, and you're going to work your way up.
Yeah.
One day I'll be giving bonuses out. One day I'll be, buying gifts and looking out, but he's the type of guy to come up from from the fire, like your girl helped you out.
Yes.
He's there right now with me. We're working. There's 3 of us working out of my property.
Yes.
We built our own spray booth. It's not professional. We built it ourselves.
Yeah, bro.
You know, but we're working.
It's even better that way.
They're there from the jump. So when the things do go right, they're going to be taken care of.
Yes,
so
sir.
just remember that.
Fuck yeah, bro. Good shit, man. Are you planning on getting to a shop soon?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've been scoped. Well, because the reason I haven't pulled the trigger yet is because we do cabinets. So I need a space that I can spray a volume in, and that's when the rents start to get a bit expensive. You have city limit legalities of where you can spray.
Yeah.
So we haven't undertaken it yet, but I could afford a spot similar to Daniel's if we were just doing tubs, but we haven't jumped on it for that. But we have a big project coming up in May. We're spraying like 600 headboards.
Nice, bro.
For a Sheraton out in Clearwater. And that'll be when we get our shop.
Right on,
we're going to use that money from that project to get our first location.
Tell them about the system, you guys, because you guys were thinking about it.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to deliver. So how we won that bid was, I guess, just out of convenience, because my mindset is find solutions for the customer instead of all the reasons why we can't do it. So he needed headboards painted, and he didn't want them painted on site. I don't have a workshop that big. So I said, this is what we'll do. We'll rent out a spot. I work some stuff out with some people I know, and we're going to use a pod system. We're going to rent pods. So I'm going to have a pod delivered on site. They're going to load up all their headboards. And then they're going to deliver that pod to us. We're going to paint them, load it back up, and deliver that shit back. Because I'm not fucking carrying each one in and out. We're not.
Smart,
and it's going to cut down that cost for them because they're always going to be delivering one and picking one up.
Yeah,
so they're picking up an empty one to bring the new ones. They're dropping off the full one. It's going to
be a revolving situation.
Fucking brilliant, bro.
That's pretty fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
When he came to me about it, I'm like, I don't know.
Because we talked. We were like, dude, we got to do this, but how? Where? I was like, that's a lot of fucking headboards. Each one, they're queen and king size headboards, so they're all about 7 to 10 feet long.
Fucking
like,
A,
damn,
bro.
yeah, but we're gonna figure it out.
Good stuff, brother.
Yeah, man. That's all this like just goes back to like these networking conversations are very important. I feel like just the fact that you came out here.
Yeah.
It just shows like the type of person you are, bro.
Thank you, brother.
And like you got to be talking to people who are like-minded. You got to let people out there know, regardless of how many people watch it or don't, but that it's okay to just like talk with other people who are in your same realm, because at the end of the day, it's like I said earlier, if you don't talk about things, they just die with you, man.
Yes.
You help build other people up with your time on this earth, bro.
Like I tell people all the time, man, we're all going up this big ass mountain, bro, right? And my job, I feel like I'm getting to the point where I can turn around and we can pull people up that mountain with us, bro. So it's not so hard for them. You know what I mean? Like I said earlier, don't go through that door. Don't go through that door. Go through this one. You know, you don't have to worry about that. I would never point you in the wrong direction. I would never point you in a way it's going to hurt yourself or slow you down. I've always been the kind of guy to always want to help, right? Generosity, man. Like tipping. I tip well, bro. If you're nice and you're working hard and you're taking care of me and my table, I'm going to hook you up, bro, right? We don't even got to talk. Just take care of me, you know? Because there's a lot of people out there that don't take the pride into what they do. They don't have any passion for it. They're just there to be there, you know? And then when you're around those people who are there because they actually want to contribute, right? And show them and reward them for contributing, right? Because a lot of people, they only do what their job is and they get out. 8 to 5, I'm out of here. I don't want to work a second more. And cool, if that's who you are, then that's who you are. But you're not going to get far with the attitude. You know, you got to have a positive attitude, a willing to help attitude. That you're going to get very, 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 very far.
I totally agree, because it's one of those things like nowadays with the internet and TikTok and shit, people see all these rich people who like are just chilling most of the time, but you don't see the journey. And like a lot of people miss that part.
Or they see like these millionaires drop shipping. I'm like, these millionaires own $1 million companies before they started drop shipping. Like, yeah, there's clever ways to make some money, but the real world, you got to go. What's in real demand? You start a real company that's really providing an in-demand service.
But like nowadays, you hear a lot of the people with the quiet quitting shit and all that stuff, and it's like, okay, you can do that, right? But do you have aspirations and goals for yourself? Because at the end of the day, there's all these rich people and everybody bitches about them. But when you ask them how they got there, very few of them are saying I inherited it.
Yeah.
Most of them are saying I was working 12 hours a day for 10 years
Yes.
and I got here.
Yes.
And now I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Well, they fucking earned it, bro. You cannot get upset about that.
Man, I tell you, bro. I had this one guy, one of our technicians, had a smart ass. And I was, doing my Monday talk, kind of pump. I always try to pump my guys up for the week. You know what I mean? They don't see me too often. They'll see us sometimes on a Monday, because every Monday we have a safety meeting, right? We have what did we do well this last week? What did we do wrong? What can we do to get better? Right? We talk about some tubs that reacted. Well, why did they react? Right? What could have we done to prevent that? So one kid said, man, well, you don't know what it is to work hard. You know what I mean? You spraying these tubs at 5 o'clock in the night or whatever, showing up to your last stop at 4. Like, how the fuck did you think we get here, bro? You think I got here because I had my hands in my ass, bro? What do you think I was doing?
You just woke up with this?
I just woke up with this? No, bro. You don't know how many hours that we put in every day for so many years to get to this point. Mm-hmm. Now, we may make it look easy, but believe me, it's not. You know what I mean? Because I know a lot of companies out there that are trying to mimic what we do, and it's not easy, bro. It's hard. Mm-hmm. It is very, very hard, right? We make it look easy because the amount of years, right, strategically that we put into this program, bro, right? That's why it looks easy. But don't forget the 20 years that I put in to get to this point.
Yeah.
You dig what I mean?
And they don't know that you built a system for success.
A system.
Of course, it looks easy. You got a system running.
Once we developed our system for Aliiance Bath, bro, unstoppable. Unstoppable. And you put, like I tell people, it's a river, man. Once we get that order in, you put that order into the river, and everybody has a job to do to make sure that canoe is flowing to the end point, right? That's what I say, man. Everybody has a job to do. Everybody's got to do their job for the system to work, right? Mm-hmm. When one person does not do their job, the system fails, right?
Exactly.
Those are also the type of people, like that guy that they swear that they could do it themselves. How many guys have you said, oh, I could just go and do it myself? And have any of them ever done it?
No.
No.
And they try to, right? Hey, man, more power to you. I hope you're successful. But with that attitude and the way you're thinking, you're not going to get very far, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
A lot of them think that, like, it's, I get it a lot too, because, like, our company is second generation. I do get it a lot, like, oh, well, it was handed to you. It's like, bro, you don't know the half of it. Like, my parents would... Again, they did the best they could. They raised us, and like me and my brother, like, are good people, and like we treat people well and shit. But my parents, they were really bad with money. Like they would get a little bit of money, and it's like you talked about before. They would just want that gratification of, oh, we got to reward ourselves. We got to take a trip. We got to do this, and part of that, also, like, we grew up well off pretty much, but there came a point where my dad was kind of a control freak, kind of. Yeah. He wanted to do everything himself. Yeah. And he just felt like he couldn't trust other people and give up the power. Yeah. So they never got past that. And then towards the end of it, they literally just gave up because they were in debt. Things were not going well. People were leaving. And, well, me and my brother were like, well, if we're going to do it, let's do this the right way.
The right way.
And that's kind of how we, like, started. Like, we started implementing systems and stuff like that. And, like, once you start getting a grasp of, like, the customer experience you're going to deliver, things will start to change and flip for you. And it starts from the moment that fucking phone rings.
Exactly.
And it starts from, like, the first line of communication.
It starts from you.
Literally.
I was talking to Gilbert about it yesterday. I said, your business is a direct reflection of you.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how big or small you are. If it's good, you're good. If it's ass, you're ass. Pretty much. This is ruthless like that. You know what I mean? Like, you could have the team, you could have this, it could have been given to you, but once it's in your plate, the stats are there. You
know what I love? When I get the customers that are like, oh, well, I called 3 companies this morning and I'm waiting on one other bid. I'm like, you think that guy wants you to work with you? Yeah. Obviously, he's too busy. Yeah. Or doesn't care. Like, I don't know about you, but, you have a company, your job is to, get as much customers as possible. Yep. And, like, if they're slacking there, where else are they going to slack?
Oh, yeah.
They call you back at 8 o'clock at night once they're done doing their 5th tub for the day. Yeah. Like, no, that's not how you run a business. No. You got to be on top of it.
And more power to the guys that try that or do that. But to me, man, you have to have a system in play, right? You have to. Once you develop a system for your business, you skyrocket, bro.
If you want to live a quality of life.
Yeah.
You know, like if you just work yourself to death, and then it is what it is. But the systems help you have that overall happiness.
Yeah.
You can have a successful business and maintain your family house, your household and stuff like that because of the systems you put into play.
And you know what, bro? Like I get it too with some guys, like some guys who've been doing this for years, right? Only have one or two guys. They're like, I don't like dealing with people, man. Babysitting people, fucking, you know, having to manage them or their attitudes or they're always got problems. I'm like, well, that's part of running a business, man. I mean, if you're spraying the tubs and answering the phone calls all by yourself, that's eventually, bro, that's gonna wear on you, man.
What are you gonna do when you're older?
Exactly.
You're gonna spray tubs until you're 80? Is that your retirement plan?
And hey, again, bro, if that's your agenda, if that's all you're looking for, then more power to you. Mm-hmm. But not me. Not me, man. I want to be built around. I want to be part of a team, and I want my team members to work as hard as I do, right? I want them to have visions. I want them to grow with us. I want them to not only see it, but to be a part of it, bro. Like I tell you, man, I want to go far, and I want to take a lot of people with me, man. You know what I mean?
I think you're already well on that way, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
Thank you. But we just getting started, though, bro.
That's it.
This is our 6th year in business, and we still haven't met goals. There's so many goals. Like status quo for me is unacceptable. Just because it's here and it's working, okay, we're done. We don't got to do nothing more to it. No. How can it get better? How can we improve? How can we be more consistent? Right? How can we outshine everybody around us? Right? Because that's very important to me, man. I don't want to just have a business to just have a business. I want to be the best fucking business in town. Like I look at it like when the Patriots were going on that run with Tom Brady. How many championships they went to, bro? Right? They didn't get there they didn't have that amount of consistency because everybody got to, we won a Super Bowl now. We're good here. No, man. How can we do it again? How can we do it again? How can we do something better tomorrow? What are we doing wrong? Like, so our meetings, a lot of time that we have our management meetings every 2 weeks, right? We go through our wins and losses. We go through our sales. We go through technicians. We go through problems, right? We talk about everything and anything that we do on a day-to-day basis. How can we improve, right? Just because it's working, man, it's got to work better. It's got to be more fluid. You know what I mean? And a lot of my competition, they're not doing that. Right? Like, to me, I'm heavy on making sure the cars are clean, bro. The cars got to look clean. You can't be showing up with your rims all dirty and the, bugs all over the front end. No, bro. No, because that's a reflection of me. Mm-hmm. All right, I don't go out to a property looking like a bag of shit trying to make a sale. Nobody would ever give me the opportunity. You know, the way we look, the way we speak, how we come across people, and I make sure the technicians understand that. Right, you're a reflection of me. You are a reflection of this company. You are representing who we are when you're on that property. So be the best you can be. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think I've been pretty good at managing people. Not managing, but like being a leader, man. Mm-hmm. You know, because being a leader, you're not just... It's a responsibility.
Hell yeah, you gotta live up to the shit you're saying.
And then you have to manage each personality, because each personality is different, right? And a lot of guys don't understand that. Like, well, what works for him better work for you. Well, it may not. He doesn't really operate like that. So let's give him a different kind of a schedule, mm-hmm. right? He's a little faster on the tubs, does clean work. He takes a little too long on the counters. So let's give him a little bit more tubs than we do counters, mm-hmm. right? Those little things like that, bro. A lot of competition don't look at it like that.
Yeah, you optimize your team's skill sets instead of just standardizing it across the board and letting people fail.
Yes.
Trying to get the most out of everyone.
And then when they fail, like, what do we do? You know, you don't just slap them in the back of his head and tell him, what up, dummy? No.
Educate them.
Let's educate you, man. What is it we're not doing right? Mm-hmm. What you tell me, what can we do differently to help you be a better technician? Right? Is it the way we talking to you? Is it the amount of work you're getting? Maybe are you driving too far out? Maybe you're showing up to work tired. Not only what we're doing, but what can you do different on your end to be a better employee, a better technician, a better worker over here, right? Because I tell them, man, in order to be the best, we all have to be the best every day. Forget what happened yesterday, because yesterday's over. What can we do this moment right now to improve us?
So I wanted to ask you a question based on what we talked about in the shop back there briefly, you said you had a story about Midwest.
Oh, brother.
I'd like to.
Should I tell him?
If you don't want it aired too, he can edit.
I could edit it out. If you want,
Okay. So I worked for this old company for years, and
you're gonna miss the story, Jonathan.
I know. I gotta go.
I'll wait for him. He's gonna want to hear this story.
Yeah. I feel like it would be good. Oh man, that's awesome. I'm so glad that you came because it's refreshing for me, like to know that I'm on the right track at least, because like sometimes it's disheartening, man. Like I said, I hired that one girl that had 11 years experience, and another guy that was with her that had like 6 years experience.
Yeah,
and like I could see that they know what they're doing, but like their brain is just somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, like I tried to talk to them. I tried to reason with them. I did everything that they asked for. So like Jonathan's back there, by the way. I know. I bought. They have like this special dustless sander that they like to use. I bought the sandpaper for it. Like I did all these things to try to accommodate them, and it was just like no call, no shows, a million excuses to not show up. The quality of the job you saw there, I mean, that's just careless. Like you can't, like when you leave a job with multiple runs on it and you don't have the courtesy to at least be like, hey, I messed up.
Yeah.
Can we reschedule it, or like have the customer work it out with them, whatever. To me, that's just like the ultimate disrespect, right?
Yeah, bro.
You spent all this time getting them these jobs and they don't even have the courtesy to be like, hey, I screwed it up. We should make this right with them. They just like leave and pretend like everything's cool.
Yeah.
So,
and they're crossing their fingers that you didn't see it or you're not going to see it.
Yeah. See, I don't like that.
but you, unfortunately, those are the people that you go through in this business, bro. And not just this business, but every business, bro. Any business, bro. There's people who just don't care. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And as soon as you see that, weed them out. Mm-hmm. Don't spend not even an ounce of your time with them. You know what? There goes the door, bro. Mm-hmm. Right? For you to leave a job like that and not say, like for us, we tell the technicians, man, if nobody's perfect. I know that sometimes we're going to show up to a job and everything might go right, but towards the end you might put your hand on the paint because you slipped, right? Pick up the phone, call, send a message into the service fusion that we use. Hey, everything looks good here, but I got a couple runs on the side. We need to come back the following day, right? And for the most part, 90% of the time, our technicians are very good at that, right? It's the expectations, bro. It's like I tell my guys, you expect us to have a paycheck for you. You expect that working here, right? You expect to be respected, right? I have expectations too. I expect that you go out to every job and you do your best, right? You show up in uniform. You show up on time. My truck should be clean. You're taking my truck home. You start at home and you're ending at home, right? All I ask on Mondays is the truck is detailed. It doesn't have to be over the top, but clean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those are expectations.
So, story time? By the way, do you want me to cut it or no?
No.
Okay. Let's
Well,
go. That's fine. Yeah.
I get my daughter.
oh, okay, bro. So just real quick, man, I worked for this company for years in San Diego, and I worked for them up in the Bay Area as well. And that was the only Midwest was the only company they were using, right? And he was using them in all his offices. So when we jumped, naturally I wanted to continue using the Midwest product. But when I called them to say, hey, man, my name is this is the company, and then, nope, we can't service you. We can't give you none of our paint. Like, hold on, why? Well, because. So I guess the old company told them not to X us out, bro. So we had, for a while we were running out of paint. We're getting low. We had fucking 20 jobs on the schedule, not enough paint to get it done. And eventually we found this company, Triangle, in the Bay Area that we use, and their stuff is awesome, bro. But yeah, that's even to this day, I've called them back, still nothing, bro. Nope, can't use, you can't service you, I can't deliver nothing to you.
I think that Midwest has some sort of agreement not to sell in certain parts of the U.S.
Oh, they sell a lot in our area, bro. A lot of our competition.
So why? Oh, so it's just that.
Yeah.
Because I got once.
We'll talk about the real story off air.
Okay, because one time I had a guy called me and asked me, he was like, Midwest won't sell to me. And I asked Ed about it from Midwest, and he was like, oh, well, there's certain places where I'm not allowed to sell, or like conflict of interest or something like that too.
Yeah.
So like,
But they almost didn't sell to me too.
yeah.
Oh,
When
no
I
way.
first started, they were like, yeah, we usually don't sell to new accounts. And somehow Gilbert talked his way in, bro. Like he talked them in, and they sold to us. They were not going to sell to me either.
Yeah.
I guess they just didn't want anyone without experience purchasing products from them.
Man, homeboy knew me very well, bro. But, we'll talk about the story out.
And Trinidad, they didn't want to sell to him either. They only sold to him because of me. I called them.
That's crazy.
I was like, you need to sell to him.
Well, shit, I'm probably going to have you call him for me then.
Shit, place the order through us, bro. We got you. We'll just order it for you.
I like their product because it's just easy. Like the mix is 1-to-1.
1-to-1. That's what Triangle is, 1-to-1,
yeah,
bro.
I like that.
And for us, it's like so convenient.
It's just right there.
No, I'm sorry. It's 2-to-1.
How far is Midwest from here?
30 minutes. If 25,
Oh, no way. I should
25.
probably go knock on his door, man.
might just pull up.
Surprise.
Make it weird.
But yeah, we use that for the nerds. I use Crosslink now from Topcoat because it's a really good adhesion promoter.
Okay.
And I normally, like in the beginning, I didn't really trust it. Like some people say, like, "Hey, you don't even have to etch." That's bullshit. I don't think that's true because we've tried that. But I will say, you don't have to shoot resin primer with that. You don't have to.
Oh, no?
No. Like if the tub is in good shape, as long as it hasn't been refinished before, as long as you etch it and you use that, the Crosslink 3 is the best one I've found.
Really?
But Midwest has one too that's not bad. But it's a silane based adhesion promoter.
Mm.
And that one in particular, man, like I've had no issues without resin primer on it. Now, if it's been refinished before, you want that nice barrier right there. So we do use resin primer sometimes. But for hotels, when you're doing bulk work, if something's not been refinished before, that stuff is a time saver, man.
20% increase, I would say, in efficiency. Not having to spray prime.
Yeah.
Oh, no way, bro.
It's a big jump. And that stuff, I mean, like we tell the guys, wipe it on twice. You literally just wipe it on with a towel.
Yeah.
And then you can tack it after a couple minutes.
Yeah.
And when you spray, like if you have to, like we had an instance where like one of my guys ran the first time we used it. And the next day he came back and sanded it, and he said that he was sanding it with 60s, and it was hard for it to break down.
No
way. For him to blend it. So
What?
it sticks on there like crazy.
Oh, shit.
And we've used it on floors. We've used it on tile, like no issues.
I use it on everything.
Yeah?
Just to increase the durability. Because if you don't have to get called back, a gallon from Midwest, I just called them today, is running about $117 for the silane wipe-on. They call it New Tech. That's what it's called at Midwest. But I think they're all the same component type of products.
Yeah.
But a pint will get you 8 bathtubs. So I guess you could do the math on how many bathtubs a gallon will get you, but it's a good amount.
And Crosslink is sold by Topcoat. You can just buy it online. And I mean, I buy it by the gallon. And like that stuff you get so much out of it, man.
Yeah, dude,
like,
I'm going to look into it, bro.
It's really good stuff. And also a little trick too is, sometimes when, tape's not sticking.
Yeah.
If you get that stuff is like clear.
Yeah.
You get a little bit and you tap your finger on it and you leave it there and then you try to stick the tape on it, it'll stick to it.
Yeah. How does it do when the tape is coming off?
It's
rip off
fine.
the paint?
It's fine. You just got to, because it's sticking to the crosslink. It's not sticking to the wall.
Oh, okay.
And it's clear.
Gotcha.
So you can't even tell.
Nice.
I've done that before with the guys and like had no issues.
I'll have my brother-in-law, Richard, hit that up, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
Commercial, it's a game changer.
Yeah.
Because that's one less turbine and fan session you got to bring in.
Yeah,
That labor
bro.
moving those units alone is an efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's part of the process is taking a fan and a turbine from room to room to room to room.
Yeah, dude.
You eliminated 50% of that.
As long as you're thorough with it, it is a game changer.
That's
It's
the
really
thing.
good.
You need to be thorough because if they don't, with a spray on primer, you can see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With this, you're not going to see if that one little corner was missed.
Yeah.
So his solution is do it twice.
Twice.
Okay.
It's really it's really easy to do though.
Right on, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, awesome. Well, I'm glad you came by, man.
Man,
It's been-
of course,
been a
bro.
good time.
Of course.
Yeah, man. We got to do it again sometime when you're in the area.
Yeah, bro.
Or maybe we got to go out there one day.
Well, I know we're gonna
I'm
be
going to
coming
Cali,
to
bro.
Disney World with the family, bro. When we do, I'll hit you up.
Oh, yeah?
I'll hit you up.
I'll be in California sometime to visit my wife's family. I'm
Okay.
going to hit you guys up. I'd like to come
bro.
by and
I'll
see
try
you.
to show you the shop, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got to do this again sometime, man. thank you so much for coming.
Yes, sir.
Going out of your way to come over here. It means a lot. And like me and him were talking about it before, but it helps like legitimize what we're doing.
Yeah.
And also like, it's just good for the industry as a whole. So we appreciate it, man.
Man, can I send a little shout out?
Go ahead.
Man, first of all, for Aliiance Bath Reglazing, I want to tell my whole crew, Crystal and Richard, I love you guys. I can't do what I do every day without you guys. Nate Dogg, you're absolutely amazing girlfriend. I tell you every day, keep up the hard work. I appreciate everything that you do for me. Junebug, same thing, girlfriend. Love you. Love your positive attitude now. I love how you're working hard. All my texts, man, from top to the bottom, bro. We can't do none of this without you guys pushing hard the way you guys do. So I appreciate you, man. Special shout out to my boy Juan Montalvo and Ivan Canales for Ace Renovations. Same thing, man. I can't do what I do without you guys. I appreciate your guys' hard work. But last but not least, most important person in my life, my wife, Michelle. Without her, I couldn't do anything, man. She keeps me aligned. She is literally the neck, bro. She turns his head wherever it needs to go for the better for everyone. She puts up with all my crap, all the headaches that I give you, babe. I love you. I love you so much, mama. Thank you. And that's it, bro. Thank you guys for having me, man. I want to be out here again.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it,
brother.
All right, guys.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you guys next time.
Later.
Right on.
You've been listening to the Bathtub Refinishing Podcast. If you liked what you heard, be sure to keep up with the Bathtub Guys on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, or visit BathTubGuys.com for more. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.